Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I'm going to start the Pan Those Eyeshadows challenge. So I've been seeing this go around YouTube and in the project panning community, and I've been really interested to try it out, and I thought the best way to hold myself accountable would be to film a video. So you guys can hold me accountable. So how it works, and I'm going to try to explain this pretty quickly. My goal is to get use out of more of my eyeshadows. I tend to reach for the same eyeshadows, so I'd really like to dip into some other ones. So my goal is to either hit pan on an eyeshadow or use it 20 times. So how it's going to work for me is I want to choose 6 different eyeshadows to focus on for the month. And once I either hit pan on one of those eyeshadows or use it 20 times, then I will go ahead and roll it out and pick another one, okay? So the way I'm gonna pick is I'm going to use this app right here. It's called Spin the Wheel. And I have all of my eyeshadow palettes and my single eyeshadows loaded into this. Now I don't have my cream eyeshadows into it, and I do have actually 5 new eyeshadow palettes that I don't have loaded in yet. Because they're new to my collection, I do reach for them because you get excited and you want to try them out. So I really want to get use out of some of my older palettes. And then I also want to actually do a face palette in this challenge. So I have a little wheel with all my face palettes on it as well. So I'm gonna spin the wheel. It's going to randomly pick an eyeshadow palette for me. And then, let me pull this up. I'm gonna use Pretty Random. That's an app. And I'm going to use that to pick which eyeshadow we use within the palette. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it's not too confusing. I'm gonna go ahead and actually just jump in. Now, one more thing is I have the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. And I want to actually focus on hitting pan in that palette. So I'm not going to pick 6 palettes, I'm going to pick 5, and my 6th one will be the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk. So I really want to focus on that, so I figured that I could, roll that into this without randomly drawing it. So that guarantees that it's in there and I get more use out of it. A couple other things is that I probably won't pan a black eyeshadow or a dark brown. Like, I'm gonna give myself the option to choose an eyeshadow, so re-roll or use the Pretty Random app to pick a different shadow if it's a really dark one in the palette, because I don't want to turn this into like a hate panning. A lot of people will use that term, so I don't want to pan something that I don't like. Okay, so I have my Spin the Wheel app opened up, and I have it opened up to my face palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and spin, because we're gonna let it pick a palette for us. Okay, so it chose the Lorac palette that I have. So I will go ahead and make a note of that, and then I will pull it once we're done spinning for the eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so now I have the wheel that has all of my eyeshadow palettes and my single shadows in it. We're going to spin this 5 times. And the first eyeshadow palette is the Naturally Pretty palette. That's by It Cosmetics. And then, okay, so we did spin this NARS Duo. So we will go ahead and pull that. We'll spin again. This is for our 3rd palette. This is a single shadow, a Lancome Rose Satin shadow. And then this is a Charlotte Tilbury Easy Eye Darling. And this is a Z palette that I have made. Okay guys, so I have all of my palettes, and we're gonna go ahead and choose a shade in those palettes that we're gonna focus on for the month. So I do have my blush or my face palette. This is a Lorac Blush and Highlight palette. This is what that looks like. So there are 6 shades in here. So I am going to use the Pretty Random app to go ahead and pick one of those 6 shades, and it's gonna just be at random. So I have put in the app that we're picking 1 through 6, and I'm gonna press randomize. So shade 1. Okay, so that is Aura. That's this shade right here. Also in all of my palettes, I start in the upper left-hand corner and I work my way over, and this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's this shade. I will go ahead and swatch it for us. That is a very pretty blush shade. I actually have this in a full size, so I'm kind of glad that I'll be panning it. So let me go ahead and grab our next eyeshadow palette. Okay guys, so the next one is the Charlotte Tilbury Easy Eye Palette for the Charlotte Darling look. That's what this is called. This is a recent purchase. I've only used it a couple times. And then we are going to actually count the shades this way. So we're gonna start here at 1 and work our way over. Okay, so there are 6 shades in this palette. So again, I already have it marked 1 through 6. Okay, so shade number 2 is going to be the shade that we work on. That is this shade right here. I will go ahead and swatch that. All right, so our next palette is the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. There are actually 15 shades in here, but as you can see, I have used up this shade and this shade already in this palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 through 13 in the app. Okay, so we got shade 11. So that is this dark Java shade. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. I would totally use this shade, so I think that's just fine for me to try to hit pan on or to use 25 times. I will go ahead and swatch this one for us. That would be really good outer V or a liner shade. So our next palette is my Z palette. This is a palette that I made from depotted shadows or single shadows. There's a ton of different brands in here, a ton of different shades, and I have already hit pan on 2 shadows. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 through 34 into my app, and we will see what we get. We got shade number 28. That is this shade right here. I think this is an Anastasia shade. I think either from the Sultry palette or the Norvina possibly. So that's good, I like that shade. I'm gonna swatch that as well so that we can take a look at all of our shades at the end. So, I mean, this is looking pretty neutral. That's crazy, right? So our last palette is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. This is the palette I've had for the longest time. This one and actually the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty. So this is what that palette looks like. There are 18 shades. You guys can kind of see I've actually used up this angelic shade. Not used up, I'm sorry. I've put a good dent in that, but there's no pan. Okay guys, so I have set my pretty random app for 1 through 18, and we are going to go ahead and randomize, and we got number 12. So that is Retrograde right here. So I think this, yeah, this is a duochrome, but it is so powdery. I don't know if you guys can tell how powdery that is. I don't remember it being like that, and that's why I really want to get use out of this palette. Okay guys, so here's our color story for the month. I will make sure that I have pictures ready to go for our next month's video so that you guys can compare the usage on the shadows to hopefully the pan that we have showing by next month. So I feel like I got lucky. This is a very neutral color story, and so I think that it will be super easy to use up. There's some palettes and some shades that I'm excited to really dig into because I haven't used them. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully I will be back in a month to give you guys an update, and we've seen some pan and can kind of roll some shadows out and roll some new ones in. Please subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss that update, and thumbs up this video if you liked it. Thank you so much.